the Deputy Mayor, Anne O'Byrne, this morning, and I truly, truly welcome her support on this. I will be working very closely alongside her every step of the way to ensure that the Council's motion this evening is taken seriously by this government. Chris Grayling should not be allowed to come into this city unchallenged on this issue. I also want to thank Mayor Anderson, alongside Anne, for the tremendous support on this campaign this evening. I know that this is a city that does not give up or give in, just like me. Michael, Kerry and Colin deserve justice for what happened to them. I'm proud to be in a city where leaders take action and do not allow injustices of their own people to go unchallenged. Michael got an coach to come home. That's all he did. And he never made it. To lose him is life-changing. To find out it was because of a second-hand tyre that was so old and so preventable is excruciating to live with. It will be a torture forever. Thank you.
Mayor Anderson, do you wish to respond?
It's ironic, isn't it, that the first speaker was talking about the tragedy that happened because of deregulation and the failure to regulate. And then we've got a similar tragedy where it could be devastatingly obvious to all of us that this can happen again without regulation, without proper procedures put in place, and the government choose to ignore it in the same way previous governments or whoever ignored the issues around fire safety at Grenfell. And Francis's bravery and the way she has conducted herself with dignity and determination to see not only justice for people who travel on this type of transport, but also for her son Michael, it is basically, quite frankly, not only movement, but a real statement of bravery and intent to make sure that the legacy that she leaves on behalf of Michael is that we change this government in terms of their view to make sure that we change the legislation to protect people in the future. Now, I think on behalf of the whole city, we need to give it our thanks.
Can I further advise this meeting that 2 questions have been received from members of the public, which are displayed at the back of the chamber for members to view. We now move on to the next item of the agenda, item 5, urgent key executive decisions taken in the last cycle. Mayor Anderson.
Lord, to submit the reports on urgent matters as set out on pages 32 to 33.
Are there any questions? Can we note the report? Is that agreed? Next item on the agenda, Mayoral Recommendations, Citysafe Community Safety Plan 2017 to 20. Mayor Anderson.
Can I move this on there on behalf of Mayor Anderson?
Certainly, Councillor Spruill.
I have got some comments to make, but I'll save them for when we talk about the Mayor's motion and police cuts later. But yeah, if I could just ask if the plan as set out on pages 34 to 49 be approved. Thank you.
Is that agreed? Agreed. Next item, discretionary relief for business rates following revaluation of 2017. Mayor Anderson.
Okay, Lord Mayor, just to move the recommendation in relation to discretionary relief for businesses following the revaluation in 2017. It's actually set out in the report on pages 50 to
next item, item 7. Can I advise members of the council, in relation to the first public statement to be made by the Mayor, that in view of legal advice which has been received, there are to be no further questions in public. If elected members have questions regarding the specific matter, can they please forward them directly to the City Solicitor? Mayor Anderson.
Lord Mayor, as you rightly point out, the members are aware, I gave an update as to regard to the position of the Chief Executive. The last council meeting in May, and said that I would give an update. I reported in May that the Chief Executive agreed to step aside in the interests of the City at that moment in time. I can assure all members that the situation with regards to the Chief Executive is being kept under continuous review by both myself, the Council's own legal advisors and our own external legal advisors, and when there are any future developments or further developments, I will report them in due course. In the interests of natural justice and to maintain a fair and proper process, as I mentioned in May, it's important that we take care with any statements or any comments that we make in relation to this matter. We have, as I said in May, a duty of care to all of our employees, and it's important that an individual's employment is dealt with fairly and that matters are kept confidential, in particular when investigations are ongoing. The Council was advised in late June that the bail had been extended further in respect of the charges made of intimidating witnesses and perverting the course of justice until the 23rd of August. I personally have written to the Chief Constable of Lancashire Police in relation to the length of time the investigation is taking and seeking a meeting to discuss the matter quite urgently. I would reiterate that no charges have been brought against the Chief Executive, and I will also arrange a confidential meeting for the leaders of the opposition groups on the Council if they so wish to discuss matters in private with them, if they wish to take me up on that to discuss things further. And Lord Mayor, no other announcements from me to be made.
Okay, so I think the comment that I made originally is very clear. If you have any questions regarding the specific matter, please refer them to the City Solicitor. We'll move on to the next item on the agenda. Now, Councillor Nicholas, changes in committee memberships.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Can I move the changes in committees membership and appointments to outside bodies as attached to this note at Appendix B be approved?
Is that agreed? Next item, constitutional issues. Sorry. Councillor Brandt.
Can I just make the following announcements that were referred to the last meeting related to appointments to the various external appointments for the hospital sector. Can I appoint for Liverpool Health Cities, Councillor Liz Parsons, Coventry Hospital, Councillor Helen Thompson, the Walton Centre, Councillor Natalie Nicholas, the Liverpool Heart and Chest, Councillor Sharon Connor, and the Royal Liverpool, Councillor Ruth Lane. The others appointments remain the same, and I'll hand the list because it's actually confirmed.
Is that agreed? Could move on to constitutional issues. Councillor Richard Winston.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. I beg to move item number 9 on paper regarding constitutional issues.
Go ahead.
Move that the item recommendation 9(1)A be deferred, and I'd like to do that if you want to make changes.
Yes. We have, first of all, we have an amendment from Councillor Jennings, so we'll deal with that one first, okay? Is the amendment seconded?
Thank you, Lord Mayor. I brought the amendment simply because we didn't actually have this information when we met the Constitutional Issues Committee. The cost of the committee
in terms of special responsibility allowances alone, is the £206,000. That seemed disproportionate for one committee. That does include things like room hire and clerking costs, etc., etc. Now, there's no doubt that the chair, looking at the job description for the chair and the duty and roles involved, there is obviously reward needed for that role. But I think, given that recently Mersey Travel had to review bus services, that the money there is frankly better well spent. And so, as the calendar year clicks over and we start the series of committees, I think what I've asked is that the review be brought forward at the earliest opportunity so that we don't start incurring those costs already. Thank you, Lord Mayor.
Councillor Jennings. Further, Councillor Anderson?
It would be helpful to just to see clarification. In amendments, he's talking about the cost of a committee. How have you arrived at that cost?
Jennings.
Central Mayor, I contacted Democratic Services of Mersey Travel and I was provided with that figure, and it did state specifically the cost referring to special responsibility allowances for members sitting on the committee amounts to that figure. So it's
Well, with the basis of special, we rejected the amendment on the basis that if we were to do that, we would remove special responsibility allowances from everybody.
The amendments we moved, seconded. Councillor Brown? If you wish to speak to it.
Yes, I'll speak to it very briefly. It's just to say that, what it's our view that the special responsibility allowances for this particular committee, the Transport Committee, are completely out of, completely different from what the special responsibility allowances are for all the other committees within the City Council. We're not sure how that compares with any other Merseyside or constitution-wide committees, but it just seems £206,000 is an extremely large amount of money, and we should review that when it's opportunity.